This is PK for SIDECAR, along with Dr. Nathan Unruh. We're going to take just a few moments of your time to talk about time management, because I think we can always learn something along the way about how to better use our time and utilize our time.
Yes, absolutely. In the beginning years of my business, I thought that if I put more time in, I'm just going to be more successful. More people are going to come see me.
Workaholics are successful.
Oh, yeah.
They make more money.
Absolutely. That was my mindset.
Yeah.
And a misplaced work ethic will get you in trouble. I was a victim of that. As I read the E-Myth Chiropractor and started to understand this entrepreneurial mindset, and I started understanding the different roles and the different personalities that exist within me and every single one of us, it helped me manage my time better, manage my business better. So if we look at this triangle, on the top of the triangle represents the entrepreneur. On the left side of the triangle is the manager or the business owner. And on the right side is the technician. All three of those components exist in every single one of us. Why we go to chiropractic school, why we get into the profession, is usually because we want to solve a problem. And that's the entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is never concerned about the money. It's about what problem can we solve. So is it needless suffering that we're trying to solve? Or what is it? Whatever the industry is, they're solving some type of problem.
With a unique solution.
With a unique solution. Yeah. Absolutely. The manager component is the guy that says, we got to count these beans. If we're not making money.
He's the one that makes your head hurt sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Says, we got to make money doing this. We can't do this for free. P&Ls, the marketing, the development, all of these systems and procedures, that's the manager component in every single one of us. Then there's the technician. And the technician is the person that's performing the adjustments, providing patient care, doing the examinations, providing hope, coursing out a plan of care, and giving guidance.
Kind of putting action to that dream that the entrepreneur had.
Yes.
But
yes.
Being the
Stamp
actual
in the
thing.
meat. Can I say that? Stamp in the meat?
Sure.
I just did.
Yeah.
So I say that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but sometimes, we think that whether you're an activator practitioner that's pumping legs, or you're a manual adjusting doctor who's pounding flesh, you're cracking necks and you're cashing checks. That is what we think that's going to happen when we get out of school. And that's the technician component.
And that's what patients probably view it as a lot of times too.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So what I want to do, this relates to this idea of time management. What happens is once you get out of school, you're geared up, you're ready to go. You want to get going, you want to start taking care of people. And as the years go by, what ends up happening is the technician starts to take over. And that we think on clinical competency alone is going to make us successful. And then there becomes the battle with the manager inside of us that says we have to make money. And that starts to affect the family dynamic and all the other dynamics of hiring staff and making sure that you're being a good steward of all your responsibilities.
Working those long hours.
But here's what's sad. What gets snuffed out is the entrepreneur. The reason you got into it in the first place. So as it says in the E-Myth Chiropractor, which is SIDECAR's textbook, we just get stuck doing it. So what is the solution? When you're looking at your time, you have to serve each one of those personalities, and you need to be self-aware of when you're organizing your time, what piece of those that you're serving. We'll take a 40-hour work week. As the entrepreneur, you have to spend 4 hours, a minimum of 4 hours a week, on entrepreneurial activities, reading, spending time with other entrepreneurs, thinking, dreaming, solving problems. That's 4 hours a week. As a manager, you need to spend 12 hours a week working on systems, working on procedures, marketing, training your team, all those other components that make up the managerial side of running a business. And then 24 hours a week, you're going to provide patient care. That's why the hours are organized in the SIDECAR system. It allows you to make sure that you are working on the business, not just in the business. It allows you to work on you, which helps to overall improve your business. So I just gave you an example of a 40-hour work week and putting in there. Now I'll tell you, I haven't worked a 40-hour work week since I started, but you can. That's the beautiful thing about our profession. You can architect whatever you want. So as you look at your time managed each week, understand you have to spend time on the entrepreneur. So if you're going to work 40 hours a week, like you want to be like all the other Americans,
4 hours.
4 hours a week on entrepreneurial activities, 12 hours on the manager, and 24 hours in the technical work. Here's the caution I give you, docs, as you're listening to this. Some of you will hear what I just said, and the technician takes over, and you only spend 24 hours working. Then you call up and go, I'm not seeing the things change in my business. I'm not growing. But then I said, well, tell me what you're doing with your time. And all you're doing is 24 hours of technical work. The other hours, when we're on the phone, the kid's crying in the background, the dog's barking in the background, you're not working on your business. So you have a part-time job. I'm going to tell you, that's okay.
If that's what you choose.
If that's what you choose, that's okay. But you have to be self-aware. You have to work on these other pieces of the business too if you want it to grow.
Good challenges for you today on time management and on that triangle, if you will, of the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician. I'm PK, along with Dr. Nathan Unruh for SIDECAR.